Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be going through my TBR. I currently own 167 books. Yeah, 167 on my physical TBR that I have not read. So, we're gonna be here a while. Okay, here we go. This is a lot better. But anyways, welcome to my channel. I'll be making a bunch of book videos, hopefully. And yeah, hold on one second, guys. I gotta get this set up. Okay, anyways, welcome. These are the bookshelves. And this is like my romance and fantasy and romantasy type bookshelf. And then this is like my mystery and thriller bookshelf. And today I'll be going through my romance and fantasy bookshelf of all the books I have not read. I figured this was probably a good video for my first video since I was going to do a bookshelf tour, but I feel like going in depth and then going on a bookshelf tour for one of my next videos would be better. So we're going through the TBR today. So I'll just kind of go shelf by shelf because, as I said, I own 167 books physically that I have not read yet. I really need to get on reading, and I'm putting myself on a book buying ban for the rest of the year. You guys can hold me accountable for that because I will be showing all my book hauls, so there's that too. Anyways, I will be going through book by book on my bookshelf, and I will be bringing them down, and yeah, let's get to it. So, first series, we're like kind of going up to the top shelf. You can't really see it right now, and I don't want to move it because my phone is gonna fall if I move my phone on the tripod. And the top shelf has Harry Potter and Twilight on it, and I will grab the books I've not read. I'll be right back. So these three are the books I have not read for Twilight yet. I've read all the Harry Potter books and all of the like regular Twilight books and Midnight Sun. 10 out of 10, perfection. My favorite series of all time. Oh my goodness. I love them so much I can't even, hold on. I just died for a second. I love them so much I can't even put words to how good they are. I'll have to do a whole video just yapping about that because Harry Potter has all of my heart. Like, I even have a Draco Malfoy flag over there. I'll have to do a room tour at some point, but it's kind of messy right now, so we will not be doing that today. But anyways, the first book that we've got is the Twilight Saga Official Guide. In here, Stephenie Meyer just kind of like explains like all of Twilight and like how she was gonna originally write it and like how she did write it, and like it's just kind of an in-depth guide type thing, and I feel like I haven't really read it yet because it doesn't feel like a real book. I don't know, but actually I did start reading it. I've got a bookmark. Oop, there goes the bookmark. I had a bookmark in it. My Yaya made that for me. Shout out to her, she's great. And then next we have Life and Death, which is basically the same retelling of the first story, but with the genders switched. And I haven't read this yet. I'm not really sure why, but I really need to go back into the series and reread and read all these books. Okay, next one we've got short, simple one, The Short Second Life of Bree Tanner, which is one of the little vampires that were new in Eclipse, which is the third Twilight book. And yeah, it's really short. I should really read it, but I guess we'll have to do a video where I finish every series I'm in the middle of. A huge fan of Just Allie, by the way. But yeah, I'll have to do a video like that. Anyways, next books. Next books we've got are Fourth Wing. I have not read this series yet. Do not get at me in the comments because I will read it at some point. I have all three of them right here. I've got Iron Flame right here. Hold on. Iron Flame right here. And then I've also got Onyx Storm in the special edition because I love my sprayed edges. They're so pretty. But yeah, I have not read them yet. Don't go after me, please. I'm scared that they won't live up to the hype because I just read ACOTAR this summer and oh my goodness, that was so good, you guys. Like, I'll have to do a whole video on yapping about that, but it was really, really, really good. A lot better than I thought it would be, honestly. And like, I had really high expectations for it, so for it to live up to that and be that good, it's amazing. But yeah, Fourth Wing, haven't read any of these, really need to get to reading them. And okay, for the next one, I'm not gonna grab them, they're right there. Hold on, let me move this. Oh yeah, I've also got my little ACOTAR thingy, to the stars who listen and the dreams that are answered. I love that quote so much, I had to get it to put on my bookshelf. But yeah, we've got Shatter Me. I'm actually reading that right now. I finished the first book and the first novella, and I'm currently in the middle of Unravel Me. Hold on one second. Okay. I'm currently in the middle of Unravel Me, and it's so good. It's so good, you guys. I am already dreading being done with this series, but Unravel Me is very, very good. This is going to be a spoiler-free vlog, so I'm not going to say anything about it, but you guys should check out Shatter Me. Don't mind my dog barking. They like to bark a lot, so if you hear anything in the background, just ignore it. But yeah, next. Okay, I'm back. I think we're good, but there's the dogs barking outside too, so there's that. Anyways, Cruel Prince. I've got the whole series, except for the How the King of Elfham Learned to Hate Stories. I don't have that one, but I just want to make sure that I like these books before I get that one. But this is gonna be one of my next reads. Trust. I love this series. No, well, I haven't even started this series. I really want to love this series, and I really want to read this series, period. I do not love this series yet because I have not read it, but yeah, this is gonna be one of my next reads soon. Trust. Next, we've got Divine Rivals. I don't have Ruthless Vows, but I have Divine Rivals, and I've been seeing so many things about it recently, and I really want to read it soon, so that's top up there too. As you can see, I want to read a bunch of fantasy books soon, but let's hope that it happens with school starting soon and that I don't get too busy. Fingers crossed. Anyways, Divine Rivals. If you don't know what it's about, I don't know what it's about either, so we're in the same boat. Next book, we got Red Queen. I've heard that Powerless was a lot like Red Queen. I loved Powerless. Again, like I've said, I have to do a whole yapping vlog about how much I love Powerless. Kai Azer. Oh, darn. Don't mind me, you guys. But, Kai Azer, top tier. Not as top tier as Jax, though. Jax, top tier, top bar. No one will ever top him. He is amazing. I love it so much. But, yeah, Red Queen. Gotta read it soon. I feel like I just haven't read it because, like, I don't know, it's kind of big. It's like that with a bunch of series. Like, they're big, and I guess I have commitment issues. But, like, once I'm committed, I have to do it, if you know what I mean. Like, I can't just stop in the middle of the series. I'm not that kind of person. I can't. But, yeah, Red Queen. Next book. You know what? I'm just grabbing stack by stack, and we're gonna go one by one, so I don't have to keep on getting up. Okay, but next we've got A Touch of Darkness by Scarlett St. Clair. This is like a Hades Persephone novel, and I thought it sounded pretty good, so I got it. So that's the story with like half of these books, but it sounded good, so I got it. So let's hope we read it soon. Yeah. Next, we got Phantasma. I've heard that this is a lot like Caraval, but it's like an adult Caraval, which I love Caraval so much. As you can see up there, that's where Caraval, oops, like right there, that's where Caraval's supposed to be, but I'm currently lending that out to my aunt so that she can read it because I loved it so much. And Once Upon a Broken Heart, I love that series so much too, so have to do a whole yapping vlog about that too. But Phantasma, I really want to read that. It's thick, so I guess that's why I've just been kind of putting it off to the side. Next, Kingdom of the Wicked. I thought this sounded really good. As you can see with most of these books, I thought it sounded really good. I'll just read the top part of this so you guys can see how I saw it through my eyes. Two sisters, one brutal murder, a quest for vengeance that will unleash heck itself, and an intoxicating romance. Sign me up. Sign me up. Yeah, Kingdom of the Wicked. Next, Heartless by Marissa Meyer. I've had this book for years, but I've just recently been seeing a bunch of it recently. How many times can I say recently? Anyways, I've heard that it's a sad book. Sign me up. I love sad books. I love getting my heart torn out. I love it when it's a sad ending. Is that weird? I love it when it's not a happily ever after. That's my favorite kind of story. I think I have problems, you guys. But yeah, those are my favorite types. And Heartless is like a queen of hearts, not king of hearts. My bad. It is a queen of hearts type thing. That's all I really know. But yeah, and that it's sad. That's all I know. Next, oh my goodness, this book is heavy. Yeah, As Old as Time by Liz Braswell. It's like a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, which is my favorite Disney movie of all time. I love Beauty and the Beast. That's probably why I learned to love Enemies to Lovers, because that was the first movie that I like loved. I loved that movie with all of my heart. And this is a retelling of What If Belle's Mother Cursed the Beast. So yeah, I started it years ago, but I never really got into it, I guess. So yeah. Next we've got The Grimrose Girls by Laura Paul. I hope that's how you say her name, because I'm not really sure. But yeah, 4 friends, 1 murder, and a dark fate that may leave them all doomed. I thought that sounded good, right up my alley. Am I gonna read it soon? I don't know. It's probably further down, and it's like a duology. Yeah, I thought it sounded pretty good, so I got it. We're gonna have to get a counter going here of how many times I say that. Alright, next we've got The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I've had this book for a little while. I got it when I did that Barnes & Noble challenge. Have you guys ever heard of that? It's like when you have a minute to like walk around and check out like the books. You check out the books, and you can kind of see like what you want, and you have like a minute or two to go and grab as much as you can hold. I did that for like after school one year, and it was so much fun. But yeah, I got that during this challenge, so I thought it sounded good because it involved vampires and trials. Sign me up. Sign me up. I need another Edward Cullen, you guys. Anyways, next books. Okay, so I got a box set of the Vampire Academy. My mom got this for me for Christmas, and it sounds really good. It's vampires again, up my alley. Edward Cullen, I need you. Just kidding. Okay, anyways, yeah, it's Vampire Academy for vampires. That's basically all I know, but that's on my TBR. And I didn't grab the whole series, but this is the rest of them. As you can see, books are falling. I will fix that eventually. Next, we've got Vicious by V.E. Schwab. I've also got The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by him. It's there somewhere. But yeah, I just thought this sounded good. As you can see, my reasoning for most of these books. Yeah. It's about like 2 guys who were college roommates, and they have a shared research interest in adrenaline near-death experiences. Final Destination? Sign me up. Probably not like Final Destination at all, but still, sign me up. Next, we've got another Beauty and the Beast retelling, A Curse So Dark and Lonely. My stepmom actually recommended these to me. There's a 3rd book, but they didn't have it, so I just grabbed the first 2. But yeah, my stepmom recommended these for me. It's basically just another Beauty and the Beast retelling. Like, I don't really know how to explain it, but this prince has a curse on him just like the Beast, where he is a beast and this girl has to save him. Basically Beauty and the Beast, but yeah. Excited to read these. Next we've got Shadow and Bone. I'm not gonna lie, I mainly just got this series so I could read Six of Crows because I've heard such good things about that and how it's a tragic book. As you can see, I like tragedies. I don't know if that makes me sad. I'm very deeply sorry for what is gonna happen in this channel. Anyways, Shadow and Bone. I got this so that I could read Six of Crows after this. I honestly don't really know anything about this, so I'm gonna go in blind. I feel like that's what it's gonna be like with a lot of these books. I just want to go in blind, basically. And that's how I was with Shatter Me and Akatar. I knew like nothing about it, except for like Risen. I call him Risen, okay? You guys can fight about it somewhere else. I call him Risen. Don't know if that's just me. It probably is just me. And like with Shatter Me and Aaron Warner. Of course I know him. The Aaron Warner. Lift your hips for me, love. Anyways, next. First off, I want to start with the pretty books. They're beautiful. Look at these. Look at these sprayed edges. They're so pretty. We got them at Barnes & Noble. Well, not we, but my mom got them for me at Barnes & Noble for Christmas. They're so pretty, you guys. Look at that. But anyways, enough gatekeeping the titles. It's called The Coven by Harper L. Woods. I feel like I've heard that name before. Maybe. I'm pretty sure I have another one of her books on my bookshelf. I may be wrong. Don't take my word for that, you guys. Anyways, The Coven by Harper L. Woods. I need to read those. Basically, there's a ghost in my room, you guys. Anyways, basically, I just got them because they had pretty edges, and it's like some sort of witchy type book, which honestly, anything fantasy, witches, vampires, wolves, sign me up. I will read it. I will read anything like that. I am very passionate about my books, as you can tell. Next we've got The Atlas Six by Olivia Blake. I've heard really good things about her and how her writing is just like gorgeous. Oh my goodness. It's so tiny. Like the wording is so tiny in here. It might not look like it on video, but oh my goodness. But yeah, it's just another fantasy book that I've heard a bunch of good things about, so grabbed it. Next, we got The Zodiac Academy by Caroline Peckham, Suzanne Valentini. I haven't read this series yet, you guys, because this is daunting. Like, it's absolutely baffling. Like, it's big. What do you mean the series is like over 17 books long? Yeah. And this is like the thinnest book. I'll do that compared to Unravel Me, which Unravel Me I guess isn't a good comparison, but this is the smallest one, which I mean honestly it's fine. It's like 453 pages, which isn't too bad. Pretty average for the books that I read, but still. What do you mean there's like 17 books? That's why I have not picked up the series. I really, really want to, because I've heard it's like dark Harry Potter, which, as you can tell, Harry Potter, I love. Sign me up. Zodiac Academy. Oh, don't mind my dog, you guys. Next, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I really want to read this book soon, because I was actually watching Jeopardy, and no, not Jeopardy, Mastermind, and they had a question about it. They were like, this author V. Schwab wrote a book about a girl who like has been invisible in like a bunch of different lifetimes, and it's like the invisible life of, and then nobody got it. Nobody got the question right, and I was like, how did nobody get that? Like, darn, I didn't know that, like, nobody knew that on the game show, which is kind of crazy because I feel like this is a pretty big book. Yeah. Don't mind the dogs. Oh yeah, I've had this one just kind of sitting there because I low-key forgot it was there because I just kind of had it sitting there on the bookshelf. But look at these sprayed edges. No soul can enter without invitation. It's called Immortal Dark. It's another like vampire-y dark like academy type book, I'm pretty sure. I got it when I went to a fair and there was a seller who had like blind book dates and I was like, oh my goodness, I have to do that. And this one sounded really good. It said it was like a gothic fantasy and yeah, and it had the sprayed edges, so of course I had to get it. You know how obsessed I am with the sprayed edges. They're so pretty. Anyways, onward. First off, in this stack of books we've got Magnolia Parks. I got this for Christmas. I heard it was like Gossip Girl, which I love Gossip Girl. That's one of my all-time favorite TV shows. So I just had to get it because it was like Gossip Girl. What can I say? And then, of course, we've got Gossip Girl next. I had to put that by Magnolia Park since it's like a lot of the same stuff. But this book, it's very tiny, but it has like 16 books in it again, like the series. But like none of them are really over, oh my goodness, don't mind that, you guys. None of them are really like over 300 pages, but it's just like, it's hard to find them since it's an older series. But yeah, Gossip Girl. Next we've got Betting on You by Lynn Painter. This is gonna be like my Lynn Painter stack. I've also got this version. This is like just the plain hardcover version, and this is the sprayed edges. Barnes & Noble did it. As you can see, Barnes & Noble exclusive. Yeah, I really like Lynn Painter. She has good like easy comfort reads. I've read Better Than the Movies and The Do-Over by her. They're both really good. I read The Do-Over in like 2 days, but then again it is pretty small. But it was pretty good. Like palette cleanser type book. Speaking of the Do-Over, it's right here. Pretty good. And I've also got this version of The Do-Over too. Pretty cool. Okay. And then speaking of Better Than the Movies, I still have yet to read Nothing Like the Movies, which I guess looking back at all these series, I have so many that I have just not finished because like the new books came out and there was never supposed to be another book of them. Like I never knew that there was supposed to be another one for Better Than the Movies because I read that like 2 or 3 years ago. And then this one came out and I was like, oh, okay, why not? And I've heard that it's kind of sad. And like I low-key kind of got spoiled it, but if you know, you know. Anyways, next we've got Twisted Love by Anna Huang. I got this because it was very big on Book Talk, which basically all of my bookshelf is a Book Talk bookshelf. Yeah, and I just kind of wanted in on it. It's like that with a bunch of books. I'm like, you know, I really just want to read it because I want to know all these inside jokes that everybody are talking about. Like, I just want in on it, you guys. And then next, Finding 13. And then we've got Keeping 13. I haven't read any of the series, but these are the only 2 books I own of the series. Hold on. They are very floppy. Look at this, you guys. That is a 10 out of 10 flop. But, yeah. I haven't read this just because it is another huge series. And I've heard that it's heartbreaking, which, again, I love heartbreaking books. Sign me up. But, yeah. I've got both of these. And then next, we've got 1,000 Boy Kisses, which is another heartbreaking book I've heard. So yeah. I really want to read this book. I was supposed to read it this summer, but then I was reading ACOTAR this summer, so it kind of took me a while. A little thing to get to know me is that I am not a very fast reader. I'm kind of slow. Like, I'm lucky if I read like 3 books a month. So if I do monthly wrap-ups, then it's probably only going to be like 3 books. So that's the life of a slow reader. Very sad, I know. No, it's not. It's not sad. I love reading slow because then I can just enjoy the books 10 times as much. But anyways, next stack of book, we've got my holiday romances. So First, we've got All I Want for Christmas by Maggie Knox, which I actually started and got like 100 pages in, but then I decided to DNF, and that's when I read my first Stephen King book, was after this book, because I just wasn't feeling a fluffy romance, you know? And I read Misery by Stephen King, and it was so good, you guys. It was so good. It was so good. Highly recommend it, but it's a lot. If you can't do dark in a book, don't read that book, but it was pretty good. Next, we've got One Day in December by Josie's. Hold on, my dog's barking. Okay, next we've got One Day in December by Josie Silver. This one sounded really good because it sounded like one of those like loves that the guy like doesn't get the girl almost, but like, I mean, obviously they're gonna get together, but like, it just sounds like one of those ones where it's like you can't get them. I just love that. I love tragic romances. They're so good. Oh my goodness, don't mind my dogs, you guys. They bark and bark and bark and bark. Next we got In a Holidays by Christina Lauren. I've always wanted to read one of her books. I still haven't read them. Obviously, because this is on my physical TBR. But yeah, it's just another classic meet cute Christmas romance that I say I'm gonna get to this year, but I probably won't, let's be honest. Next, we've got The 12 Dates of Christmas, which is like a girl goes on 12 dates with 12 different men so she can find her man. I obviously haven't read it. Obviously say I'm gonna read it this year. Am I going to read it? I guess we'll see. Next, I got this for this Christmas. How My Neighbor Stole Christmas. Yeah, another like small town type romance. Still haven't read it. Am I gonna read it this year? Hopefully. Am I probably gonna end up reading a Christmas thriller instead? Probably, but I guess we'll see. I've got the next stack of books. So first off, we've got To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. I really want to read this series, but I'm kind of scared that it won't live up to my hype because I haven't watched the movies and I really want to watch the movies, but I haven't yet because I wanted to read the series first. So yeah. Next, we've got The Kissing Booth, which, don't hate on me, I love the movies when I watched them. I guess that was like a year or two ago, maybe a few years ago, but I thought they were really cute. Everybody hates on them now, and that's why I wanted to get this book series because I really like the movies, but I've heard that it's really cheesy. I mean, obviously I watched the movies, it was pretty cheesy, but then again, I love Twilight, so I love cheesy stuff. Next, we've got my Lucy Score pile. I've got a bunch of her books. I've read the Knock 'Em Out series. That was pretty good. It took me a long time to read it though, and it low-key kind of put me in a reading slump. But first we got The Worst Best Man, which title gives it in. He's not a great best man. Yep. Next we've got By a Thread by Lucy Score, which is like a workplace grumpy sunshine romance. I thought that it sounded good, so I got it. My reason for all the books. Then we've got Forever and Ever by Lucy Score. I don't know why I keep on saying by Lucy Score. I said this is my Lucy Score pile. But yeah. I feel like the thing, like the reason that I don't really read a lot of her books is that they're thick. Like, don't get me wrong, I really like that series, so that's why I wanted to get these books. But like, they're thick. They're thick. Look at that. Like, over 500 pages per book. That's just a lot for me for a regular romance book when it's not even like, there's not even any fantasy in it either. So I feel like it's just hard for me to read a regular romance book, let alone an over 500 page romance book. But we've got The Christmas Fix next, which again is just another cute Christmas novel book. Cute Christmas read. Single Dad. Yeah. It sounded good, so I got it. onward to the next book pile, and we're actually getting to the last shelf, and that's actually where most of my books that I haven't read yet are. And if you thought that was a lot of books that I haven't read yet, just wait. Anyways, onwards. Okay, I've got the next book pile. The first book that we've got is Winter Song by S.J. Jones. I thought the cover was really pretty. I know they say don't judge a book by its cover, but like the cover was super pretty. And I just thought that it sounded like a pretty good fantasy read. Low-key, I go to Schuler's and try to pick out books I've never heard of before and that have good covers and like see if they'd sound good. So that's when I picked out this. Next book, we've got Nightshade by Autumn Woods. I pre-ordered this book because I saw her on Instagram and I am super excited to read it. It takes place in the Scottish Highlands. Yeah, that was a shout out to my friend. You know who you are. Yep. Anyways, in the Scottish Highlands, shout out to my friend. You know who you are. And yeah, it's just like a university and like a dark academia type book, you know. And I thought it sounded pretty good, and so I pre-ordered it. And I don't pre-order a lot of books unless it's like a part of a series. Like I pre-ordered Fearless over a year before it was supposed to come out, and I had to wait for so long for that to come out. And so yeah, I pre-ordered this because I saw it on Instagram. Next, speaking of Instagram authors, we've got A Study in Drowning by Ava Reed, which is another bookstagrammer that I follow. But look at these edges. Oh my goodness, they're so pretty. It's another like dark academia type book, and yeah, I thought it looked really pretty. Again, don't judge a book by its cover, but I thought this looked pretty. Next, we've got Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. This, need I say anything about this? Like, I don't know. I really want to read this because there's so many classics that I really want to read. As you can see, I've said that about like every single book on my bookshelf that I want to read, but this one, it's just like, I feel like everybody always says that this is their favorite book of all time. So I'm like, well, I wanted it on it, you guys. Anyways, next book. We've got From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Another vampires, enemies to lovers. Right up my alley. Sign me up. I don't really know much about it other than it's like a vampire enemies to lovers type thing. But anyways, next we've got Apprentice to the Villain, which I haven't read this because this is technically the second book. And the first one is Assistant to the Villain. And yeah, I thought it was nice edges, so I got this one accidentally instead of Assistant to the Villain. So that's why I haven't read it yet. And next we've got Wicked. I got this like 3 years ago when I saw it when it came to my town, and oh my goodness, I fell in love with Wicked, and I fell in love with musicals after that. And I just like, I feel like Broadway's always been a dream, and like especially after seeing Wicked. And so of course I had to get the book that inspired Wicked, of course. Anyways, on to the next book pile. My dogs have stopped barking. Now they stopped barking. But now we've got my Allie Hazelwood stack. Okay, my dogs have stopped barking for real this time. And anyways, I've got my Allie Hazelwood stack. I've read The Love Hypothesis by her, and I really liked that one, and that like her books were giving the Big Bang Theory, like seriously, like women in STEM, so empowering. I love it so much. But anyways, first book we've got is Not in Love by her. Yep. Then we've got Love Theoretically. And I also have The Love Hypothesis here, but that's the one book of hers that I did read, and it was really good. I really liked it so much. Then we've got Love on the Brain. I'm pretty sure I have like all of her books except for Bride. and then like her newest one, like Off the Deep End or something like that, Deep End maybe. But I have most of her books. And then we've got Check and Mate, my bad. And this was the Barnes & Noble special edition, and I really like the colors. It was so pretty. But yeah, that's the Allie Hazelwood stack that we still have to read. Next stack. Okay, this is gonna be like the second to last book stack, because I'm not gonna talk about the Colleen Hoover books. We don't talk about Colleen Hoover here. And you know, that's the point where all book people go to start, and we don't judge. Okay, that's where I started, but we don't judge. Okay. And we're not talking about how many of her books I have on my TBR. So anyways, first book, Red, White, and Royal Blue on the stack by Casey McQuiston. Oh my goodness, I watched the trailer for this movie and I was like, oh my gosh, that looks so cute. And so I really wanted to get this book because the movie trailer looked really good. And if the movie trailer looked really good, then the book has to be just as good, right, you guys? Right. Anyways, book lovers, technically, I did read this, but I DNF'd it, like, halfway through. My dog stopped barking. Anyways, technically, I read, like, half of it, but I just wasn't getting it. I don't know. I didn't love it. I was, like, halfway through it and decided to DNF it. I hear so many good things about Emily Henry too, so I was kind of sad, but yep. And then we've got You've Reached Sam, another sad book. This is kind of like my saddish stack. But yeah, I actually followed him on Instagram, I'm pretty sure it was, and I watched him as he's published his new books. Like, he's published so many more books. It's so cool. By Dustin Thau. Sorry if I don't say your name right. Sorry. But yeah. The cover is gorgeous too. But next we've got They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. I haven't read this because I thought that it was just supposed to be a standalone, but it turns out there's like 2 more books in the series. And sometimes when I want a sad book, I don't want to read like a whole series on it. Like, I don't know. I just want it to rip my heart out into pieces in a standalone and be like, oh, there you go. That's the end. But next we got Butcher and Blackbird. Yeah, by Brain Reaver. Yeah. I'm not gonna go too in depth on that one. We got Wildfire by Hannah Grace. I read Icebreaker, okay, you guys? We listen and we don't judge. Anyways, on to the last book stack. Okay, last book stack. First, we're starting with Heartless Hunter. I got this book because, honestly, it kind of sounded like a lot like Powerless. And if you know me, you know I love Powerless. So, and now, got Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. And it's another, like, thick book, which is, like, just a romance book. And I feel like I don't know, a thick book like that just for romance is pretty daunting. But I really want to read it because I've heard that it rips your heart out into pieces. I love my heart being ripped out to pieces. Just saying. And then we've got The Fine Print by Lauren Asher, which is like a billionaire romance, if you guys didn't know. But I've always wanted to read a billionaire romance. But I mean, I guess that was before I read The Inheritance Games, and I really liked that, so I feel like another billionaire romance right up my alley. Sign me up. I will read that eventually at some point. Next we've got This Woven Kingdom by Taria Mafi, which is the same author. My bookmark fell out. This bookmark keeps on falling out, you guys. It's an ACOTAR one. Only you can choose. Only you can decide what breaks you. Fair curse breaker. But yeah, same author as Shatter Me. So that's why I wanted to pick it up. Yep. Next we got Lightlark by Lauren Asher. This was like everywhere, all over my bookstagram, and I just felt like I had to because the author, she seemed pretty cool. So I wanted to pick up her book to support her. And next we got The Dance of Thieves. I only had the first one. I don't have the other one to the duology, but it's like a thief romance, obviously. And I'm pretty sure it's like a forbidden romance, which I love that trope so much. Forbidden romance is great. And yeah, another thick book, but I honestly love the feeling of reading thick books, but it just takes so long, especially for me, because I'm a very slow reader. But anyways, the last book on my TBR for this bookshelf is A Thousand Heartbeats by Kiera Cass. And she wrote the Selection series, which I still haven't read, and I don't own any of the books, so it's not high on my TBR. So yeah. But anyways, that is my entire physical TBR for this bookshelf, like my romance, fantasy, romantasy bookshelf. And so in the next video, I'll do that bookshelf, which is all like my mystery books and my thrillers and everything like that. So yeah, just subscribe if you want to subscribe, you know. So yeah, that is my physical TBR for like my fantasy, romance, all that bookshelf over here. And so the next video, if you guys want to see it, it'll be my mystery, thriller, horror TBR. And subscribe, turn on the notifications if you want to hear that. I really just want to build like a cool community, like a cool book community. I feel like that'd be so cool because books are such a passion of mine. Like, I just love reading so much, and I've always wanted to start a book YouTube channel, if I can talk. Sorry guys, it's been a long day. But yeah, just subscribe, welcome to the community, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.